a new beginning in New York ushers in sad news from ground zero. The number of people missing grows. The U.S. continues to prepare for war. Tonight, the Taliban says Osama bin Laden has vanished. America is on alert. This is Local First News at 11.
Good evening. I'm Michael Ann Wolf.
And I'm Art Edwards. We'll have more on the preparations for war in just a minute. But new at 11, a dangerous discovery inside a suburban mayor's home. His wife finds a pipe bomb. Local 4's Darielle Snipes has more from Warren on how the bomb may have gotten inside the house.
Mayor Mark Steenberg, his wife, and 3 children are safe and sound tonight after a bomb was discovered inside their Warren home. Some tense moments at Mark Steenberg's house this afternoon. The mayor's wife discovered several suspicious objects in a back room inside a Sears bag. She moved them in a truck, then called police.
So we took it from the pickup truck and put it out on the front lawn and to investigate it to see what it was made of, if it was really a bomb or bomb-looking type apparatus. We determined that it was.
The Michigan State Police bomb squad came into the Warren neighborhood to detonate the objects as neighbors looked on.
Well, I watched the guy put his suit on and walk down there, and he set up some kind of tripod around it. Looked like some kind of tripwire or something, and blew it off. Wasn't any louder than an L80.
It is kind of scary coming out of the house, seeing a bomb squad on the street. It's not something that happens every day.
Police are investigating how the suspicious objects got into the house. The city's communication director tells Local 4 the mayor and his wife are getting a divorce. Papers were filed at least 90 days ago, and the mayor just moved out of the house, and Patty, the wife, moved back in. Neither would talk on camera about how the pipe bombs got into the house.
People on the street said that one of the mayor's sons had a pipe bomb, and that's what I heard.
We have no idea where these came from at this point. I've spoken with the police this evening. They're confirming that there were suspicious devices at the home. As far as where they originated from, we have no idea, and neither is the police.
The communications director also says the family is cooperating with police as they investigate how a bomb got into the mayor's home. In Warren, Darielle Snipes, Local First.
Thanks, Darielle. Tonight, 2 children are dead. Their mother is in critical condition after someone firebombed their house. Police say the family's home in Detroit was riddled with bullets, then firebombed early this morning. Fast-moving flames killed a 16-year-old boy and his 3-year-old sister. Their mother escaped with 6 other people. Neighbors say the girlfriend of a man who lives there threatened the family a few hours earlier.
She went on the wall, broke out the window. She threw some heavy towards him and broke out the window.
Police hope to talk to that woman. The Red Cross is now helping the family.
Tonight, a new number of missing in New York, up by 120 to 6,453.
Tonight, the Bush administration is intensifying its efforts to build support for U.S. retaliation. Local 4's Brooke Hart is in Washington, D.C. with new developments in the war on terrorism.
President Bush returned to the White House after a weekend of military and diplomatic strategizing at Camp David and amid new questions about the mood meeting U.S. forces in the Gulf. From Syria, Iran, and Egypt, warnings a U.S. attack on Afghanistan will trigger Muslim reprisal. As for whether the U.S. can use a key air base in Saudi Arabia, Secretary of State Colin Powell tells NBC's Tim Russert Saudi officials are simply responsive.
If it is not always headline news or something that you would see across a television screen, they have been responsive.
Administration officials are convinced Osama bin Laden is still hiding in Afghanistan and was behind the September 11th attacks. Mourners at the Pentagon left messages for 189 victims. And in New York, away from the mounds of rubble at Ground Zero, thousands gathered at Yankee Stadium to pray in their own way for the victims of terror, their families, their city.
To those who say that our city will never be the same, I say you are right. It will be better.
And across the country, shows of patriotism, from football stadiums to NASCAR tracks to this field in Pennsylvania, where on this Sunday, hundreds take up the cloth in memory of the victims of Flight 93 that crashed south of Pittsburgh, unfurling the largest American flag.
Ahead this week, lawmakers on Capitol Hill take up the controversial debate over how far law enforcement should be able to reach in tapping phones and searching property to combat terrorism. Brooke Hart, NBC News, Washington.
We just told you a few moments ago that the number of missing has increased in New York. Rescue workers have uncovered a 10-foot piece of the jetliner fuselage tonight from the crime scene. Investigators are now examining it. Rescue workers continue to search for the black boxes. No one has been pulled from the wreckage since the day after the attack. You're looking right now at live pictures of Ground Zero, where the work still continues to go through all that wreckage, remove it, and if anyone is still in there, to find them. Now, people of all religions come together to remember lives lost in the attack on America. New Yorkers filled Yankee Stadium today for an interfaith prayer service this afternoon. Despite the differences in religious beliefs, they share one thing in common: faith in America. James Earl Jones and Oprah Winfrey hosted the prayer service. The service culminated with a rousing rendition of America the Beautiful, sung by Mark Anthony.
Art, an interfaith prayer service right here at home helped Metro Detroiters heal following the terrorist attack. Clergy from the Jewish, Christian, and Muslim faiths participated in the interfaith prayer service at the Ford Street Presbyterian Church in downtown Detroit. Religious leaders tried to offer ways to help understand last week's attacks. The service sent a very clear message to all in attendance.
We gather today as one people: Jews, Christians, Muslims, but above all, citizens of the United States of America, the greatest democracy in the
Religious leaders also signed a statement asking people of different religious and ethnic backgrounds to embrace a common goal of reconciliation, justice, and peace.
He sacrificed his life to save thousands. A local congregation honored a passenger on the hijacked plane that crashed in Pennsylvania. Todd Beamer's sister lives right here in Metro Detroit. Today's ceremony moved her to tears.
And we kind of thought that maybe he was involved in something, but then getting that confirmation of what went on was a blessing.
Melissa Wilson says her brother Todd Beamer is a hero. Today, at her church in Woodhaven, the congregation paid tribute to him. He was one of the passengers on United Flight 93, the hijacked plane that crashed just outside Pittsburgh on the day of the attacks. Before the plane went down, he made a call to a GTE operator. His sister describes that conversation.
That there were 3 men of foreign descent. He didn't, say, and it appeared 2 had knives and 1 had a bomb strapped around his